Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you want to become a Java backend developer in 2026, one of the most important technologies you must learn is Spring Boot. Many companies including banks, fintech startups, and large tech companies use Spring Boot to build scalable backend systems in microservices. But many developers get confused. They ask questions like, where should I start? What should I learn first? Do I need to learn Spring Framework before Spring Boot? And how do I become job ready? In this video, I will explain the complete Spring Boot roadmap for 2026, step by step, from beginner to advanced. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to learn and in what order. Step 1. Learn Java fundamentals. Before learning Spring Boot, the first step is to build a strong foundation in Java. You do not need to master every advanced Java concept, but you must be comfortable with the core fundamentals. Here are the important topics you should learn. Variables and data types. Conditional statements like if and switch. Loops such as for and while. Methods and functions. Object-oriented programming concepts like classes, inheritance, and polymorphism. You should also understand the Java Collections framework, which includes lists, sets, maps. Another important topic is exception handling, because real applications must handle errors properly. And finally, you should learn Java 8 features, especially Lambda expressions, Streams API. These features are heavily used in modern Java applications. Once you are comfortable with these topics, you are ready to move to the next step. Step 2. Understand web development basics. Before jumping into Spring Boot, it is important to understand how web applications work. A backend developer mainly builds APIs that communicate with front-end applications or mobile apps. So you must understand the basics of HTTP protocol, request and response cycle, REST APIs, JSON data format. For example, when a front-end application wants to fetch users, it might call an API like this: get/users. The backend server processes this request and returns data in JSON format. Understanding this communication between client and server is extremely important for backend development. Step 3. Learn Spring Framework basics. Spring Boot is actually built on top of the Spring Framework. So it is helpful to understand a few core Spring concepts. One of the most important concepts is dependency injection. Instead of manually creating objects in your code, Spring automatically manages them for you. This makes applications more modular and easier to maintain. Another concept is inversion of control, which means Spring manages the lifecycle of application components. You will also see many annotations in Spring such as @component, @service, @repository. These annotations help Spring understand how different components of your application should behave. You do not need to master the entire Spring framework, but understanding these concepts will make Spring Boot much easier to learn. Step 4. Start learning Spring Boot. Now we come to the most important part of this roadmap, Spring Boot. Spring Boot makes it extremely easy to build production-ready backend applications. It removes a lot of complex configuration that was required in traditional Spring applications. With Spring Boot, you can quickly build REST APIs and backend services. Some of the important topics you should learn are creating a Spring Boot project, building REST controllers, handling HTTP requests, validation, exception handling, application configuration, logging. For example, a simple REST API might look like this. You might have endpoints like get/products, post/orders. These APIs allow front-end applications to interact with your back-end system. While learning Spring Boot, always focus on building small projects. For example, Task Management API, Student Management System, Product Inventory System. Projects will help you understand how real backend applications work. Step 5. Learn database integration. Most backend applications need to store and retrieve data. So the next step is learning database integration. You should first learn basic SQL, including select queries, insert, update, delete. You should also understand database design concepts like tables, relationships, and indexes. In Spring Boot applications, databases are usually connected using JPA and Hibernate. These tools help map Java objects to database tables. For example, you might have entities like user, product, order. Each of these entities corresponds to a table in your database. Common databases used with Spring Boot include PostgreSQL, MySQL, MongoDB. Once you learn how to connect your Spring Boot application to a database, you can start building complete backend systems. Step 6. Learn microservices architecture. After learning Spring Boot fundamentals, the next step is understanding microservices architecture. In older systems, applications were built as monoliths, meaning everything was inside one large application. But modern systems are usually built using microservices, where the application is split into smaller independent services. For example, an e-commerce system might have separate services like user service, product service, order service, payment service. Each service runs independently and communicates with other services through APIs. Spring Boot is commonly used with Spring Cloud to build microservices systems. Important tools in this ecosystem include API Gateway, Service Discovery, Config Server, Load Balancing. Learning microservices will significantly increase your value as a backend developer. Step 7. Learn DevOps basics. Modern backend developers are also expected to understand some DevOps tools. One of the most important tools is Docker. Docker allows you to package your application into containers that can run anywhere. You should also learn basic concepts of CI/CD pipelines, cloud deployment, Kubernetes basics. A typical deployment process might look like this. Write code, build application, create Docker image, deploy to cloud. Understanding this workflow will help you build production-ready applications. Step 8. Build real projects. The best way to become job-ready is by building real-world projects. Some excellent project ideas include e-commerce backend system, order management system, authentication service, payment processing system. These projects will demonstrate your ability to work with REST APIs, databases, microservices, system architecture. When you apply for jobs, strong projects will make your profile stand out. Conclusion. So to summarize, the Spring Boot roadmap for 2026 looks like this. First, learn Java fundamentals. Then understand web development basics and REST APIs. Next, learn Spring Framework concepts in Spring Boot. After that, integrate databases using JPA and Hibernate. Then move to microservices architecture using Spring Cloud. And finally, learn DevOps tools and build real-world projects. If you follow this roadmap step by step and consistently build projects, you can become a job-ready Spring Boot backend developer. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more backend development content. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.